The Geass, derived from the Old Irish word geas, meaning taboo or prohibition, manifests as a bird-shaped sigil in one eye of the user, typically glowing red when activated. Geass abilities are related to the mind, influencing will, thought, memories, and perception. They initially appear in one eye, eventually growing to both eyes with repeated use. Acquiring a Geass is a rare and challenging process, as you must seek out a code bearer, mysterious immortal beings that can hand out the power of the Geass to a specific individual through a certain contract, which typically involves certain conditions or sacrifices, all depending on the code bearer's desires. The Geass grants a variety of unique abilities that differ among users. The most notable example is Lelouch v Britannia's power of absolute obedience, which compels anyone who meets his gaze to follow his command without question. The Scarlet Eyes are a distinctive genetic trait of the Kurta clan in Hunter x Hunter. When a Kurta experiences intense emotions, particularly anger, their eyes turns into a vivid scarlet color. This transformation is accompanied by a substantial increase in physical strength and aura output. The beauty of the Scarlet Eyes make them highly coveted, leading to the tragic massacre of the Kurta clan at the hands of the Phantom Troop. This event served as pivotal motivation for Kurapika's character arc and quest for vengeance in the series. He is a sole survivor of the clan. When he activates his Scarlet Eyes, it triggers a shift in his Nen type, from Conjurer to Specialist. This change allows him to utilize Emperor's Time, granting him 100% efficiency across all Nen categories. And using this state, he can use Judgment Chain, his most critical ability. The Eyes of the Lord are a powerful ocular ability possessed by Adam, Record of Ragnarok. It allows him to use a power named Divine Reflection, a power used by Adam, the first human to ever exist, and was made in the likeness of God. This power allows him to perfectly replicate any technique he observes, regardless of speed or power, including those used by divine beings. When Zeus used his incredibly fast punch, dubbed the Fist that surpassed time, Adam was able to counter it perfectly. However, this ability comes with a significant drawback. Utilizing Divine Reflection strains Adam's nervous system, leading to potential overheating and even blindness if he pushes his limits too far. The Foresight Eye are a type of demon eye showcased in Mushoku Tensei, most notably used by the character Rudius Greyrat. This ocular power allows its users to perceive events moments before they occur, granting a significant strategic advantage to combat and decision making. Rudius obtained these eyes after helping out Kishirika Kishirusu, the previous empress of the demon continent. The vision becomes increasingly blurry and complex the further one tries to see into the future. It is most effective for short-term foresight, like 1 second ahead, but it can be improved through training, increasing how long it can be used. The Emperor's Eye enables its user to see another person's body with extreme detail, such as breathing, muscle movements or contractions, sweat, and etc., allowing the user to predict future movements, and if used correctly, even dominate the game. It can be awakened simply by observing people effectively, and there are 4 known users that have the eye, but the most notable user is Akashi Seijiro, the leader of the Generation of Miracles, an earliest known user. He uses the Emperor Eye as a foundation to enhance his skills significantly, increasing his court vision and the ability to see openings for attack, which allow him to use his signature move, the Ankle Break, which involves dribbling at high speed to make the opponents fall. The Emperor Eye is further strengthened when one is inside the zone, where all aspects of it are increased. Before we continue this video, if you like my informational content covering both anime and manga, make sure to subscribe and hit the bell so I can continue making videos like this. Also, I take new video suggestions in the comments whenever, so if you have a video you want to see, let me know. Okay, that's it. The Geass is a powerful ocular ability possessed by Hiei in Yu Yu Hakusho, and its English translation quite literally means evil eye. You receive the eye via surgery from Shigure the osteopath. Rather than asking for money as payment, he asks for the subject's life story, agreeing only to operate if the story holds interest. Usually it's tragic or remarkable. If he's interested, he takes away an important piece of that story, and in Hiei's case, he could not inform his sister of their relationship. Unlike conventional eye powers, the Geass eye is located on his forehead, and it bestows several formidable psychic abilities upon its wielder, the main ones being mind control, telepathy, clairvoyance, and energy and demonic fire manipulation. Additionally, it also grants him the ability to transform into a more powerful form, known as a Giganshi, but this form is only used twice in the entire series. The Shinigami Eyes in Death Note allow users to see the names and remaining lifespans of humans. Humans with the Death Note can obtain these eyes through the Eye Deal, which involves exchanging half of their remaining lifespan for the ability. Once acquired, users can see the names and lifespans by observing another person's face, but they cannot see their own lifespan or name, or that of others who also made the Eye Deal or possess the Death Note. The Mystic Eyes of Death Perception are a type of mystic eyes in the Nasuverse, most notably used by Shiki Tono and Shiki Ryugi Yugi. These eyes are considered mythical due to their rarity, and many mages believe they do not exist at all. The eyes allow its users to see the lines and the points of death on all things. By tracing these lines or striking these points, the user can kill pretty much anything, regardless of its durability or supposed immortality. This ability even works on physical objects and abstract concepts. The acquisition of these eyes require a near-death experience, which connects the user to the root, a metaphysical source of all existence. Yugi obtained her mythical eyes after being hit by a car, which left her in a coma for 2 years. During this time, she was in prolonged contact with the root, which eventually awakened her ability. The Sharingan, literally meaning copy wheel eye, is one of the 3 great dojutsu in Naruto, possessed by certain members of the Uchiha clan. It manifests as a red iris with a black tomoe, which increase in number as the user's skill grows. Its powers originated from Kaguya Otsutsuki's Rinnegan Sharingan, but its independent form was first manifested by Indra Otsutsuki, the founder of the Uchiha clan. To awaken an eye, a person a part of the clan must be faced with intense emotional experiences, often related to someone precious to the user. Basic abilities of the Sharingan include enhanced visual perception and the ability to track fast-moving objects, the power to cast and see through genjutsu, photographic memory, allowing the user to copy techniques, and predictive capabilities, allowing the user to anticipate opponents' moves. The Sharingan can be evolved into a more powerful state, Mangekyo Sharingan, after experiencing the trauma of loss. It grants unique, user-specific jutsu to each eye. Use of the Mangekyo Sharingan causes blindness over time, but this can be negated by transplanting another pair of Mangekyo Sharingan from a close relative to acquire the eternal Mangekyo Sharingan that never lose their sight. Some notable abilities from the Mangekyo Sharingan include the Materasu, which produces inextinguishable black flames, and Kamui, which allows interdimensional travel. The Mangekyo also allows use of the Susanoo when awakened in both eyes. It's a gigantic humanoid avatar made of the user's chakra, which surrounds them and fights on their behalf. The Byakugan is also one of the 3 great dojutsu from Naruto, which is associated with the Hyuga clan. Unlike the Sharingan, it doesn't manifest under certain conditions. It's present from the time of birth and can awaken on its own in intense or random situations. It manifests as a white, featureless eye. When users activate their Byakugan, their pupils become more distinct, and the increased blood flow from their eyes causes their veins in their temples to bulge. Key abilities of the Byakugan include near 360-degree field of vision, the ability to see great distances and through objects, and the perception of chakra flow. The Byakugan is crucial for the Hyuga clan's gentle fist fighting style, which directly targets an opponent's chakra network. The eye can even be used to figure out if an opponent is using a jutsu, or distinguish between fakes, or find out if somebody is a clone. The Rinnegan is considered the most powerful and rarest of the 3 great dojutsu. It appears as a ripple-like pattern across the eyeball, usually light purple in color. It is said that in times of disorder, one who wields the Rinnegan is sent down from the heavens to become either a god of creation or a god of destruction, who will reduce everything to nothingness. The first person who wielded the Rinnegan was Hagoromo Otsutsuki, whose mother possessed the Rinne Sharingan. Using the power of the eye, he saved the entire world from the Ten Tails and created ninju, the precursor to modern ninjutsu. The Rinnegan can be awakened by a Sharingan user by combining the chakra of Hagoromo's sons, Indra and Asura, or just receiving chakra directly from Hagoromo himself. The Rinnegan grants its users enhanced mastery of chakra, which allows usage of all 5 natures, and chakra perception as well, as users can also see the chakra flows within bodies. One who wields the Rinnegan can also utilize the 6 path techniques, which are several unique and powerful abilities. It can control attractive and repulsive forces with the Diva path, mechanically alter one's body with the Asura path, extracting souls through the human path, summoning various creatures through the animal path, absorbing chakra through the Petra path, and access to the King of Hell through the Naraka path. The 7th ability, also known as the Outer Path, grants the power to control life and death with techniques like the Rinne Tensei. The Outer Path also allows the user to utilize black receivers, bind-tailed beasts, or control bodies. Additionally, certain Rinnegan users possess unique abilities. For example, with Sasuke Uchiha's Rinnegan, he can swap places with objects or people and create portals to other dimensions. Or with Madara Uchiha, who uses Limbo to create shadow clones that are invisible to anyone without a Rinnegan. Erasure is a quirk manifested in the eye, used by Shota Aizawa. Erasure effectively disables a target's quirk as long as Aizawa keeps his eyes open. He only needs to see a part of the target's body for its effect to take place. He does not need to maintain eye contact for the effect to remain active. The erasure continues until he blinks, at which point he loses the ability to negate quirks until he re-establishes eye contact. Since most people in My Hero Academia rely on quirks for combat, this makes this ability bothersome to deal with. Erasure also appears to have an anti-gravity effect around the user's head while it's active. It causes his hair to stand up, but also allows him to use his binding cloth. Initially, Erasure did not have a cooldown. After some injuries, it imposed limits on his quirk, requiring him to properly manage his ability for effectiveness. The Alpha Stigma is known as the Cursed eye within the series of Legend of the Legendary Heroes. This cursed eye grants its bearers the ability to analyze and replicate any magic they observe. It is possessed by several characters in the series, but most notably by the protagonist, Reiner Lut, who utilizes this ability often. The Alpha Stigma is a hereditary ocular ability that manifests in random individuals. The persons who are marked have potential for great magical power, but also have a tendency to lose control and go berserk. And because of that, the people who possess the Alpha Stigma are seen as monsters within society. Alpha Stigma users are often killed at a young age, since their powers often cause them to go berserk. But in Reiner's case, his father helped him partially suppress the tendencies typically associated with the eye. The all-seeing eyes of God appear in the anime Kekkai Sensen, or Blood Blockade Battlefront in English. These eyes are a prime artifact, even to the creatures of the Alter World, and are incredibly valuable. Thus, many people will attempt to obtain them, no matter what it takes. These eyes were an artifact given to Leonardo Watch in an encounter with the mysterious being, Riga El Menhui. Along with his sister, they were faced to make a choice. One of them would lose their sight, and the other would gain immense power through the eye. Shala selflessly offers up her own eyesight, so that Leo may receive the eyes of gods. New holders require weeks to adapt to the eyes, and Leo faced recurrent episodes of severe convulsions and vomiting for the first week. The eye gives its holders several powerful abilities revolving around vision. Holders can see fast movements and minute details typically invisible to the human eye, see the past and predict the future, and even alter the perception of others, which allows inducing hallucinations or switching perspectives between people. Prolonged use of the eye can cause physical harm, including burns from overheating or even destruction if damaged beyond repair. The Millennium Eye is one of the 7 Millennium items in Yu-Gi-Oh! It grants the user abilities revolving around the mind and the card game itself. It was created 3,000 years ago by Akhenaten, who sacrificed his left eye to wield it, as the Millennium item requires a part of the user's body to be removed for its use. Pegasus is the most notable person for utilizing the eye. After having implanted it, Pegasus saw his deceased wife, Cecilia. Afterwards, Pegasus wore the eyes for the rest of his life, wanting to bring the image of his wife back. In dueling, the Millennium Eye grants its users the ability to read minds, providing insights on the opponent's strategies during duels, which is pretty much cheating. It can also initiate the shadow games, materialize dual monster cards, and cast illusions. The Six Eyes is a rare inherited technique in Jujutsu Kaisen, possessed by members of the Gojo family. It manifests as a pair of unusually bright blue eyes that grant the user extraordinary perception, allowing one to see kilometers away with clarity, and also seeing the flow of cursed energy in extreme detail, with the addition of utilizing said flow with perfection, minimizing wastage, and essentially what feels like infinite cursed energy. The Six Eyes is pretty OP, but combined with the Limitless technique, which allows the user to manipulate and distort space, makes this user a near invincible Jujutsu sorcerer. The Chaotic Eye of Destruction is an incredibly powerful ability associated with Anos Voldigod, the Demon King of Tyranny. They have the power to destroy even the indestructible. With the mere opening of these eyes, the world begins to collapse and become chaotic. This eye has tons of other abilities, one of them being that he can warp reality to whatever he feels like, to that if they would never happen, so even killing him wouldn't be killing him. The Almighty is a powerful ocular ability possessed by Yuha Baha in Bleach. It manifests as eyes with a cross-like pupil surrounded by concentric circles. Key abilities of this eye include power to see all possible futures simultaneously, ability to alter the future by choosing which possibility becomes reality, and the power to negate any ability the user understands. Yuha Baha's use of the Almighty make him nearly invincible. He can anticipate his opponent's moves and counter them effectively, often setting traps based on knowledge and future events. This capability allows him to remain several steps ahead in battle, as he can adapt to strategies made in real time. However, despite this eye's overwhelming power, there are several weaknesses to ability that undermine its strength. For example, if Yuha Baha falls asleep or loses consciousness, his ability, the Almighty, is effectively turned off, allowing a chance for an attack. The ability can also be fooled with powerful illusions that could deceive it. Apart from that, the Still Silver Arrow can even temporarily disable the Almighty if it hits. If you like this video and want to see more, you can check out these ones right here. Peace out.